I got like maybe like an hour and a half.
Cool.
Is
I gotta
that
head to the
cool?
store today anyway, so yeah, works out.
Yeah.
I gotta pick up. It's $5 sushi at Publix today, so I gotta go get
Oh
some
yeah,
sushi.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Like
sir.
when we were down in Alabama, went to Publix, got some Publix sushi, $5. Couldn't beat it. It was pretty good.
Nice. But we're live. What's going on, everybody? We got Hugs Not Rugs in the building already. Appreciate you, Hugs. What's going on, man?
Mhm.
How you been, man? I know you missed our Cubs interview. How you had to go to work or something?
I
Got
did.
called
Yeah, I
in?
had work. Well, so Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving, moms ain't cooking, dads ain't cooking, dude. Like you're just gonna get throttled. And I had to go to both stores, so it was kind of like there's no way I could have done it that day. No
Yeah.
freaking way. And so,
Yeah.
I worked 10 to close, which was pretty unique, but it was like again one of the busiest days of the year. That we have this like little tiny town festival that happens out here, which is like huge. And then the day before Christmas, like Christmas Eve, again, moms and dads are not cooking that day, so it's our responsibility to feed the entire community and like surrounding area. So yeah.
I feel you. You have a good Thanksgiving though?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I got to relax a little bit, cook a little bit, hang out with the family. How about you?
Yeah, it was nice. My mom had her best friend surprise her by flying from Massachusetts to Georgia. So, we just kind of was like, hey, don't go downstairs, because she would have seen the guest bedroom all made up and stuff and been like, why are you guys actually cleaning and doing stuff for once? So, we just kind of like kept her from the basement, and then she flew in pretty late. So we had to keep that up for the whole day. And then she was like kind of napping on the couch, and my dad came through from the airport and was like, hey, guess who's here? And she saw her like walking down the hall. She started tearing up and shit. So it was cool.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
She's
like a
awesome.
cool thing. I do not have friends to do that with, so I don't have to worry about that.
Thankful for you guys grinding through the bear. I'm thankful to have you watching us through the bear, man. I
Yeah, for
appreciate
sure.
you.
For sure. It's not sunny days like all the time. I mean, I feel good. I feel a lot better. Like I'm doing more in real life shit. I've like focused a lot less on like online presence and stuff like that. Kind of
Yeah.
put it on the back burner. And what I found is like life is actually pretty normal,
Yeah.
outside of internet shenanigans. And so like I'm actually pretty thankful for it. I don't know.
There are a lot of internet shenanigans lately too.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
for
I have
sure.
a whole list of stuff to talk about, and then you like just in 2 seconds were like, hey, you gonna talk about this? And I was like, oh shit. I forgot there's so much more.
Yeah. There is. Every day it's, peeling another layer of the onion. I think I've been having fun. We're getting into the holiday season, so it's like getting presents feels good for people. Like doing things for other people feels good. And I swear, if you just listen to one Christmas song a day, you'll instantly like feel just like a little bit better.
You and my brother, man. My brother loves Christmas music. So, like in his headphones, he's been walking around all day yesterday listening to Christmas music. And we'll talk about that, Hugs. And we will. Because no, I did not.
I did not either.
But yeah, he's like, I just love Christmas music. And I'm like, dude, I hate being the Grinch. I just don't like Christmas music. I know. It's just because it's the same music. Like it doesn't change every year. It's just a different artist singing the same song. Like why can't you just make a different Christmas song?
It's so weird. Like these, because I work with like mid-20s to like teens or whatever, and they listen to Ariana Grande Christmas, which is like she wants to fall in love with Santa and date
Oh, okay.
Santa, and it takes it to a creepy area. And I'm just kind of like, dude, why is this happening? Like the bastardization of it. Like just listen to some Burl Ives, dude. That's all you have to
Classics.
do, and you'll be into it. Like you'll be just fine.
Yeah,
Dude,
I got
I'm
to give it
trying
a
to get my
shot.
dog. Hold on just one second. I got to yell at my dog because she's
Yeah.
clacking across the floor. It's driving me nuts every single time.
All good. Yeah, I got to get into the Christmas spirit. So I'm probably just going to force it into me. I used to not like, there was this like certain sort of popcorn when I was younger. It was like a I don't know, like a weird flavor. I just didn't like it. But because it was the only flavor we had, I just developed a taste for it. Now I actually really like it. I couldn't tell you to save my life, but I feel like I just got to force myself to love Christmas music and just be a joiner.
Was it like kettle corn or what was it?
Maybe, yeah, I think maybe it's kettle corn.
Could not do kettle corn, man.
I didn't like it, but my parents loved it, so I kind of got used to it. I haven't had it in years. I don't know if I'd still like it.
I need my popcorn buttery and salty. Cardano Christmas album.
Dude, Thor, I think he would kill it.
Thor would kill it, dude. He does a really good job.
He does.
Of doing his like intros and musical edits and stuff like that. He does a really good job. That's pretty good.
I was thinking about his Bo Burnham thing that he did a while back too. Yeah. He kills it, dude.
Welcome to the internet.
Yeah. Some of the things I want to talk about on the list, we got like XRP, which kind of tied in with XLM a little bit. And then my plans with NFTs, I have like 3 long-term, maybe a few more holds. And then I have like just some plays. And then we'll talk about, Cardano Cubs or Cubs on Cardano that we had on. He's refunding everybody. There's a lot going on. And then you want to talk about, or we're going to talk about Charles, and his kind of fumble in the bag there and his raging at the SEC, which he's right about. He's always right. I mean, he's very rarely wrong, but the approach, I don't know if you can do a better approach. It doesn't seem like they're ever listening to him. So that's probably why he's very frustrated.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're frustrated too, because we all believe in it too. We're waiting for it to go up. And a lot of these things are suppressing us. But I've been trying to think, do I have enough money in Cardano or in Bitcoin or in all of my crypto to when the bull market hits, if at their peak, would I be able to live the life that, I want to live, right? And like, sure, I'm young and I haven't had a lifetime of opportunity to invest into these things, but I kind of realized like, no, I'm not in a bad spot, right? I looked up everything. I looked up all the money I have in DeFi on Cardano, all the NFTs if I were to sell them right now, even after fees, and then the Cardano just sitting in like a stake pool. And it's roughly 50K, like almost exactly, which is kind of cool because 50K was the number I had in my head. And I think, because I've changed my mind, I said I would probably sell at $1, like a little bit, and start to pay down that loan. I changed my mind entirely. If it's not going to change my life, I'm not freaking selling. I'm not even selling at $3. I think $5 is where I'll start to sell my Cardano. And at 50K Cardano, that's if nothing goes up and nothing goes down. Who knows? It could be a little less, could be a little bit more. That'd put me at around $250,000. And then after taxes, maybe like that'd be 210, 220. And then after paying off like 50K for my loan, I'd be left like 160. And I was like, that's an okay spot to be in life, but I want to be a little bit better. So I've been thinking about XRP and XLM. And I really think that in April, and I was also talking with CMAT from Alpha Surfers, so shout outs to him. Me and him talk every once in a while. We had a long conversation yesterday. And I was like, I'm pretty sure XRP just wins the lawsuit hands down in April. It's basically an appeal. And he was telling me he thinks the only reason that they were sued was to stall out time. They didn't actually expect to win the lawsuit. They just wanted to stall time so that way JP Morgan and some of the other banks could create their own coins. And that way XRP wouldn't get all the money. And that was a good point. So it just kind of reaffirmed my belief that XRP will definitely win in April. Just my belief. So I think buying XRP either now or whenever there's a dip is the freaking move, because as soon as that news drops, you saw what happened last time. It went up 90 to 95% in a day, right? I think there's a move to be made there. Even if you don't want to hold long-term, there is a short-term within the next 5 months, very lucrative move on the horizon is what I believe in. So I'm going to start to look at XRP and look for every down day and just average in slow.
I will say this. I feel like that's a good move, like a super good move, because as culty as Cardano can be, like XRP is that to whatever the next level is, right? The next degree. I think like, dude, yeah, like you said, XRP goes hard in the paint. When it came out, the first time, and it's sitting there and it's like, man, they're just on another level, like as far as like what they're willing to do. Like
their community is right up there with Cardano's, if not stronger than Cardano's community.
Yeah. And so I think, bro, that's a definite good move, you know. Do you think it's riskier than, like, let's say Bitcoin or Ethereum or like whatever?
I don't think so. I feel super confident about it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost a guarantee. I feel kind of similar like how I felt with bank. Like I get giddy just thinking about it, you know?
Right.
And when I get like this, I'm very rarely wrong. I don't want to be like, biased too much, but when I have this kind of conviction, it's not usually wrong. So I think what I've learned in the past few years, I need to start trusting this feeling more and applying it. Because even if I am wrong, trading is a percentage game. You
Right.
go into trades that are highly percentaged in your favor, and sometimes you're still wrong. So I think I need to play it regardless.
Do they have an NFT community and stuff like that?
I couldn't tell you that. I don't know. I'd have to look into that a bit, but I don't know.
Who knows? I'm not
Yeah,
saying that's the move,
yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, for sure getting and diversifying is a little bit better. It just depends on how much you want to put in, really.
yeah. Hugs truly believes in the DeFi too. He says he believes that DeFi coins will increase in ADA value, so I'll likely have more ADA than I think, and I hope so. It depends on where I put them too. Um, I think I have like 10% in SNEC. 60% is in Yumi right now. That's a bit heavy. I'm waiting for those card packs to come out, dude. I really hope that they kind of pump them in the short term. That's a short term play for me to midterm play. I have some in Mutant, and then where else? I don't know where else, but yeah, mostly Yumi at the moment as like a short term play. Do you have any DeFi that you're into?
No, not
No.
really, not right now. I mean, uh, had a little bit of clay for a while and thought for sure that could not go any lower. It actually did.
I know.
And so now it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, my conviction for clay is like at an all-time low, I guess you would say.
They're starting to bounce as far as NFTs.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go look at Clay token real quick. We'll put it up here.
But yeah, I was like pretty big into bank. Like, I liked bank a lot. And then
Clay's doing well on the day.
it's doing well now.
On the day,
Okay.
it's still, if we scale it. Let me. Yeah, it's still
Okay.
pretty low.
It's still low.
Go to like a 12-hour. Yeah, it's like some of the lowest it's ever been, but it's starting to recover. So hopefully we see a little bit more. As you can see, I only have 172 ADA in Clay. I think I have about 20% of my DeFi money in Clay. And you're probably thinking 172 ADA is 20%. Yes, I have barely any money. I have like 1K total in DeFi, maybe 2 total.
That's fine.
So I'm going to start to average into these things a little bit more. But I kind of feel like I'm being a little bit patient because Bitcoin feels like it should have a pullback. Like the news is right around the corner. It's only about 2 months away. How much longer can Bitcoin just keep going up while waiting?
As much as people want to pump it, I don't know. It's weird. There was this whole drama this week about AI passing through some sort of security, being able to pass over security, which would make it a little bit easier for this AI to crack your seed phrase and shit like that. It's not a good feeling. You can look
That's
it up. I
terrifying.
don't know exactly where it was, but I saw that this particular set of AI passed a level of encryption that humans haven't even passed yet.
Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. I mean, there's always those like hard crackers, right? That can just be like, test this word, then test that word, then test that word, and just do it over and over and over, and they just run until they finally hit something. So there's always that. So, I mean, that's kind of scary too. But if you think about how many words and you do the 24 word
24.
passphrase, it's going to take it a while.
It's going to take a very long time.
Yeah.
AI might be a little different, but it will take that thing a little bit longer, like a hard cracker. But I think I don't know. I'm not scared of it. I mean, dude, what are they gonna do? Like, you think they're coming after my wallet? Probably not.
Yeah, out of all the wallets to go after, like I have 5 different wallets, all with like very small amounts. I'm probably not the target, you know?
Yeah, you're not the target, bro. You are not the target. It's kind of like, never mind. I can't say it. I can't say it out loud. Can we say it out loud?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's kind of like the fat girl with like mace. Like, be real. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
They ain't coming after you, dog. How would we kidnap you? Like,
He's got like 2 bodybuilders in the car ready to go. We got a live one.
That's like me carrying around like a rape whistle. It's just not happening, dude. Like,
yeah,
wishful thinking, maybe.
Hug says he's big on Hunt, IAG, Snack, Indie, Gens, and Society. Yeah, Society had a really good day yesterday too. I think it was up 10%. Did you see? Did you see? Hold up. Let's go check out Society. What was I going to say though? I wanted to look at some actually NFT pumps because we haven't really seen those too often, but we're starting to see those again. So Ape Society just yesterday was like 4K, and then it jumped up to 4,750. It jumped up like 750 in a day. Their floor,
which is pretty legit.
That's awesome. And there was even a Medici buy for 50K.
Yeah, which I saw that. To me, that Medici buy, although it's good for the name, like whatever, the ape was actually kind of like ugly. It had the worst glasses that I hate on them, you know. But it was like cool, like to see somebody spend 50K again.
The cheapest to get into a Medici though, so the cheapest like, you know, cost to utility, I guess, for Medicis or for those families. Yep. And what else did we see? There were a few things. Goombles was popping off a day or two ago because they announced that if you hold a small and a tall, let me open it up, then you can mint their new collection,
right?
Which is going to be the next 5K. So these went up a bit. They've come down. They only went up the initial day, and then they came right back down, which I thought was pretty interesting. I thought they'd pump for a few days. I bought a tall, and now I'm trying to sell it, but I bought it for 175. It went up to 280 on that initial release, and I was like, oh, it'll probably jump up to 300 at least, and I'll just wait a little bit. And then the next day it was like 250, and then I was like, all right, well, let's say like 245, and now it's 240, and it's like, damn, somebody is undercutting me.
Yeah.
But it was just a short-term play. I do like Goombles. I like Farmer Nash. Actually, I'm going to be talking with Farmer Nash on Monday, and I'm going to get a sneak peek, or I'm going to be able to play the demo of the game, and I'll be able to upload it on the channel too. So that'll be pretty cool.
Okay, that's badass. Yeah, Farmer Nash is always pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Like he came in with Wob or whatever, and he decided to stay.
Yeah.
Because we were pretty cool to him. So yeah, I mean that's cool. I saw the he was releasing another 5K, and I was like, okay, like, but he keeps showing off screenshots of the game and stuff like that. So I know he's working, like he's doing his thing. You know, we just got to get people to play. That's about it.
Yeah,
so
I just hope the game's fun too.
That'd be pretty legit. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, because I was talking with C-Matt from Alpha yesterday, and I was like, you know, I'm a gamer. Like I love games. I'll sit down and I'll play games for 8 hours a day. I'll waste my life away on some games. I love them, right? But you know, if I could then make money playing games, I also could play games for 8 hours a day without feeling like a piece of shit. You know, I could actually feel like I'm achieving something. I could feel
I'm working.
Right. Shut up, Mom. I'm working.
Shut up, I'm working. Yeah, no. I played a little bit of video games lately. I played Fortnite OG with my son. And that was pretty cool. Like enjoying that. But other than that, like I'm not deep into it like I was, where it was like everyday thing.
Yeah. You and my friend Jake, shout out to Jake, he's not watching. He was like, hey, do you want to play Fortnite? They brought back the old map. And I was like, yeah, you know, Clean was telling me to, you know, about Fortnite, and I thought you wanted to play on stream, so I downloaded it. And then he hit me up like a day after the stream, and I still had it downloaded. And I was like, you know what? I feel like the world just wants me to play Fortnite right now. So I hopped back on, and I didn't hate it.
I did not.
It was actually pretty fun. I played for a few hours with him.
Right. It wasn't like the OG map, guys.
Right.
But like they had enough of it on the actual map to where it was like, okay, this has got a good feel to it. A lot better than the map that it was on. The map that it was on was just not great, I would say. And so they got this whole meteor in there now, and it's gonna destroy the map. And again, you're gonna have to you'll fly to like a different map or whatever, just like you did in a previous chapter. But I think this is happening in like 2 more days.
Okay.
Or something like that. So me and my son will get on and participate in the event or whatever, and then
so is the storyline like they went back in time or something?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I like how they tie it all in to a storyline. It's not just like you're just shooting people to shoot people.
Right. And so yeah, they went back, and then I played like he's been really big in like NBA 2K, like 2K whatever basketball, and so I bought the new one for him, and then he likes creating his player that shoots threes like Steph Curry.
Yep. Put all of his stats into the threes.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
Pick and roll, like, you know. But it's good to see him into things that I'm into. But it also helps that like Purdue's #1 in the country in college basketball right now. So I took him to a game or whatever, and he was like, "They're the best in the country. Like, this is awesome." It's like seeing Duke or North Carolina or like whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so that's a cool experience. Like having the real world experiences is good. Speaking of which, Magic Kongs, what about those?
Yeah, actually that was next on the list. Magic Kongs have been seeing a little bit of a pump. I haven't looked into why though. I've just kind of been enjoying it. I delisted my Kong, both of them, I believe. At least the Magic one, like a month ago, just because, you know, I don't know. I felt like, why even sell it at this point? If you know, Cardano's going to have a bull run and people might get into NFTs, like who knows which ones people are going to decide to try to take over and make the, you know, the blue chip on Cardano. Like right now it's Ape Society, and it might be that way forever. That'd be cool. Like I don't mind either way. But at one point we all thought it was Space Buds, and then we all thought it was Clays. And now we all think it's Ape Society. Some people still think it's Boss Cat. You know, like nobody knows.
Those Boss Cat boys, they ain't letting go, bro. No.
Yeah. He was telling me to see Matt, he was like, you know, because I was like, they're kind of quiet during the bear market. It kind of makes me upset that people are still going to hold decent value and still buy them, and then they're going to try to come out in the bull run and be the blue chip. And it's like, you didn't do anything during the bear with us.
Yeah, right? They just share like the Vox stuff that they're doing.
Yeah,
which they showed some gameplay of that, which was pretty cool. Like, but other than that, yeah, I haven't seen too much from Boss Cat.
Yeah,
but I mean,
so but he was telling
me maybe that's how they're surviving.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
I know it's hard to have an NFT project and always have the price go up. It's nearly impossible, if not impossible.
It is impossible.
You know, yeah. So like I get that, but I mean, most of the projects at least attempted, right? Well, maybe not most. Some of the projects at least attempted. The projects that are still here. The bluest chip is going to be old money, right, Clean?
Yeah. I just never understood old money.
It was hard to get into, but I still think it's kind of like I think every project kind of has its own alpha within, but I don't know if I would label them an alpha group.
They're just like a feel-good fuck around sort of guy.
Yeah. You know, like traditionally just make fun of money. We're all here for crypto because fuck money. You know, fuck the traditional money anyways.
Yeah.
So it kind of just fits the vibe pretty well.
Dude, I mean, I hope it is. Anything you hold, anything any one of you guys hold, I hope moons. I hope just moons out of control. You know what I'm saying? I should have made a play a couple days ago. I should have sold all of my Utes, right?
Did they pump a few days ago?
Yeah. At like 0.78 was the floor. I should have floored every single one out of the 5, right? Got out, maybe stayed out, or kept one, because today they're back down to like 0.63 again.
It's hard though, because when you're down so much and then you start to see it recover, you always wonder, like, can I get out at a break even maybe one day? And it's because you're just going to think like, oh, can I take a loss for a little bit less, or can I take a loss for a little bit more? And most people don't want to take the loss at all.
Right.
So as soon as it starts to recover, they just tell themselves the beautiful things like, oh yeah, it's going back.
Here we go.
I'm
It's
fine.
going back up, baby. No, they came out with information, right? Frank came out with information. Like, he was silent for months, dude. Like, hasn't been in spaces, hasn't said anything, just done whatever. And originally I thought we were going to get this, we were going to be able to use our Ute points, right? Like, because we've been collecting Ute points by staking these stupid fucking things. Sorry. This whole time. And I was like, okay, well, D-Gods had Points Parlor where they got like, the grand prize was like a Tesla, but you could win like a PS5, an iPad, Beats, other things like that, a bunch of stuff like gift cards, socks, sock hats, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, good stuff. And lo and behold, they were like, no, we got to scrap points. And so I'm sitting there and they said, well, but we're raffling off, we're at random 100 Utes. And the more points that you have, the more likely you are to get one. Well, there's over like 5,000 people with max points. Do you think I'm getting one? No.
Not.
Did I get one? No. So why have I been holding? Why? I thought, bro, the least I could get out of this deal is like some merch or dust or like, something like that, right? Something transactional. No, didn't get it. So now I'm just kind of like, well, fuck it,
You think that's probably how a lot of people are feeling. That's probably why the price is going down again.
And so I'm telling you, the best thing that I could have done was sell at that point at like 0.7, whatever. I don't give a shit. And dump it all into Cardano or XRP or Ethereum or Bitcoin. Because,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? At this point, it's kind of like, okay, cut my ties. Just forget about it. If it goes up, it goes up. I'm not waiting the 10 to 12 months that it might theoretically take to go up.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm doing with all these Cardano NFTs, unfortunately.
But they are getting an art upgrade, which I don't even know what that's going to do, right?
I don't even think that matters, in my opinion.
The art's already pretty decent.
The art's changed how many times?
For Utes, none.
Oh, okay. What was the other project that did?
D-Gods.
Oh, okay.
Which they're upgrading the art in that, which it looks a lot better. But
so are they just going to keep upgrading the art? Like, oh, this isn't working, we need hype, let's just upgrade art? Is that like the solution?
I think
like,
this
why?
is like one of the last times that they're doing it. They kind of flubbed up the last introduction of art where nobody liked it. Like, nobody at all. And so they redid like art and stuff like that. And so, but if you own a D-God and you're like a female, you get a 1-of-1 D-Goddess art. And so I'm like, well, people swapping genders, like, you know what I'm saying? Could you get a D-God and then identify as female?
I don't know. Me personally, like, if I had one, that's not enough for me to like get excited.
Right. The shit's stale. Like, it's not working. And so I'm just like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
And for me, it's all about coin right now. Like, hold the max amount of coins you can.
Yeah. So the only things that I plan on holding long term are my Ape Society, my cabin within Ape Society, my Kotaz within Ape Society, which I'm up about more than a 2x on all 6 or 7 of the Kotaz that I own. So I might sell like one, just because. And then I'm going to be holding Clay just because, I don't know, dude. It was the play that I just thought was going to do the best. I bought 3 of them. My first at 700, second at 1300, and then third at like 22 or 2400, 23, something like that. And I don't know, dude. I just feel it has to work out. I don't know. I'll just lose my fucking shit if they don't. And that's probably it. Is like Clay, Ape Society, and what was the other one? I wrote it down. Let me check. Space Buds.
Space Buds, yeah.
Too. Because I just have so much respect for Alejandro or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you can't like discredit everything he's done.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like somebody's got to wake up and put some respect on his goddamn name.
Yeah, but I don't know. With the way that it's working is like they don't see anything being made off of it. So they just get frustrated. Like people are constantly in this thing where it's like, okay, these devs have to be doing something for me. Like, I had that, right? With Utes.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I got these fucking points. I can't use them now.
I feel that, but that wasn't the intent of the project from the get-go, right? Space Buds.
Right. With Space Buds, it was just kind of like, hey, it's
It was
10K
like
collection. It's the first one on there.
Yeah. And
there was no inherent value of holding it.
He could have attached Nami's use cases, right? Or the other use cases that he's created throughout, his CIP creations and stuff like that. He could have attached those things to Space Buds and limited the entire sector to Space Buds.
Right.
But he didn't do that.
Yeah.
Right. Which is a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
And he should be rewarded for that. All the holders should be rewarded for that. That is a good thing in the community. We need stuff like that. You cannot limit. There's too many. There's too many people. Only 10,000 people would then be able to use it. So of course he wouldn't do that.
It's so crazy to think like Space Buds, like so they didn't create a wallet, but their founder created a wallet, and had he branded it under Space Buds the whole time, like, and underneath that particular brand, then who knows what Space Buds would be as far as like floor price, right?
Yeah.
Because you think about it this way, with the Ape Society, the way that it's going, right? They're trying to create a wallet now.
Yeah.
Do
you think they'll limit it? Do they have plans to limit it?
I don't think so.
And I think that's the right way to go. Why would you create a wallet that's supposed to be used by the public and then limit it, right? So I don't know. I feel like it should be rewarded regardless of the fact that it's not, if you hold this asset, you get money based off of the things that we've developed. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but there's utility projects and then there's art projects. But then there's projects that are like, we're going to create something that's cool just for the community. And then on the side, I'm going to do my own thing that's going to better the entire space. And I don't know how it translates, but I believe that's the right way to do it.
Right.
Hugs Not Rug says those are solid holds. I'm holding Taz, Old Money, Space Buds, OTK, just because I've been farming rum. Everything else, meh. Yeah, I don't know about OTK. I do like their team. I like everybody that's a part of it, but are they really going to create like a pirate game? Is that going to entice people in? Is rum going to be useful at all?
Hopefully.
I don't know. Space Buds, I agree with. Old Money, I could definitely see as well. And Taz, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen anything from Old Money in a while.
I haven't been following, so I mean, I could say the same, but it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, people have been buying up these Hungry Cows too, Muesli Swap, but where are they at? Oh, they're not even on here anymore. Wow. So Hungry Cows have been getting some volume.
Yeah, I saw one sold for like 10,000, but it was like the number one Hungry Cow.
I was gonna say you got to look at the multipliers because these baseline multipliers, if you look at the cheap ones, are probably shit. I mean, 18.15% is not bad. But if you look at the better ones, there's like, what are they, like 50%? Yo, what's going on, Tink? Where?
Hungry Cows.
And then you go to boost factor. That's what they call it.
Okay, gotcha.
So there's a 77%. Is that the highest? 78, 79. 91. Why don't they put this in order?
Holy shit. I don't know.
91 point to like 92. This is crazy. Okay, so let's go look at like a 91, 92. Look away from the screen if this is making you dizzy, because it's making me dizzy.
It does. It does make me dizzy.
Oh.
So, how's Hops going, Tink? She's in Cardano Hops, which is like beer.
Yeah, similar to Stank Ape, right?
Stank Ape, yeah, Speakeasy.
Yeah. They have what's really cool is they have the branding on their on their cans. So when people come in and they buy a can, they can see the NFTs, which is a cool way to kind of, merge
That is cool.
the outside world.
Yeah.
Hug says, not sure about OTK, but the staking has almost paid for itself, and I like the team. That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Shit.
And then, he wanted me to talk about if I got airdropped the 400, and I didn't.
I did not either.
I don't know how people went about getting airdropped, or how they chose, or why people are even buying them right now. Why would I buy one?
It's all a risk.
Yeah, I asked somebody, I was like, why did you buy into this? And they were like, oh, I just saw volume. I was like, I mean, fair enough. That is a good reason, but can you tell me anything else? They're like, nah. All right.
Nobody knows anything about it, right? Which is why the mystery is there. Adam Dean kind of ripped into them based on their website and like their AI generated like, passes and shit like that, right? And so they were just kind of like, well, in an hour and a half, I could have built you a proper website with like staking as well as like created the art for this thing in that amount of time.
And what does redacted mean? Why is that there?
Redacted?
Yeah.
So that's the name of the project generally.
Oh, okay.
And it's secret.
Yeah, I don't know. Stuff like this is honestly frustrating to me because I wish that this 200K volume would have went into something towards like a founder who's been here for a year trying. I much rather would have seen that person get it. Like, put this into Jelly Cubes, put this into Taz, put this into, Clay, something. Why this brand new thing that you don't know about?
Because it's all speculation. They want to be at the ground level.
I get it.
But
at the same time,
I wouldn't do it, because quite frankly, it'd have to hit 10K in order for it to be, or 4K or 5K. And we all know once they release whatever the hell they're going to release, unless it's like hype after hype after hype after hype, and they have something that we've never seen before ever in the history of NFTs, it's going to wear off and shit's going to go down. That's just the way it works.
Yeah. Hamp's a believer in the OTK as well. And then Hops on Cardano's doing great. They have their passment on the 16th. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. And then Hug said, I wouldn't buy a 400 off speculation, but I also didn't sell along for the ride. Fair enough.
You didn't sell at the top?
Hard to know what the top's going to be, right? When it starts shooting up for no reason like that.
I mean, dude, if you get something free and it's on the market for like 2,000.
I think it peaked at 2K, right?
Right, 2,800.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whew.
Would you sell at 2K?
I would have, but you already know me. I would have sold at 15.
Dude,
I probably would have
like
12.
100K. Like, you would have been like 108. Let's go, baby.
Dude, I'm not. This is probably why I don't get airdrop shit, because sometimes I'll get something and I'm like, oh, 28, sweet. Appreciate it, man. In 5 years when that's worth $5 or whatever, that's $100, man.
Yeah, like, let's go. Yeah, that's the real truth, though, man. Before it hasn't peaked yet, you don't think?
Maybe
I think
not.
It has.
Maybe not. Now. I would have said it peaked, but
until reveal.
Man? Who knows?
Until reveal, we'll see what happens. I don't even know what they're doing. I don't know what it is. It's hard saying.
Yeah, and then we had Cubs on the other day or the week.
Last week, yeah.
And they minted just yesterday, and they're already announcing a refund. So I don't know, man. There was a lot of negativity thrown at Com's way, the founder, and I guess he just had enough. He like made out a tweet or something, a post on Discord, and he was just like, it's clear that the community doesn't want me here. So I've already talked to Yepple, the minting service. Shout out to Yepple. And he's like, I'm just waiting for the money to hit my account, and I'll give refunds to everybody who minted.
Which, good on him for that, I think. Good on him for that. I feel like that's kind of the right thing to do, but also like giving up that soon.
Yeah, it did catch me off guard.
Because it was like 5 hours. 6 hours into the mint.
Something like that. Is pretty short.
He was like, fuck it. You guys don't want me here. I don't want to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest, if he did stick it out, I do think the project would have continued to fall in floor price and investors would have gotten, just absolutely shafted. I think it would have been pretty bad. But yeah, man, I mean, if you're going to be in this space, you got to know, like, you're going to experience this and just push past it. And he's on Solana, right? He's had stuff on Solana. That's what he was telling me, and other projects on other chains. So he knows how it is.
Right.
So I was kind of shocked.
Yeah. And, I experienced that with like House of Titans, right? Like with House of Titans, it was like, there was fudding, you know what I'm saying? And then there was like, hey, this isn't minting out. This isn't minting out. Prices dropping, prices dropping, prices dropping. And it's like, well, yeah, but if you're steadfast in it and like you want to do the things that you want to do, like work for it to mint out. You know what I'm saying? Cubs, they were probably cute enough to sell eventually, but the problem is like, well, there was layering issues, which is not great. But they still drop in NFTs and game. Okay. Yeah, so the Cubs are like, they're okay, but there was layering issues, I guess.
Layering?
Yeah. The flamingo. The flamingos would...
I mean, there's been layering issues in NFTs before, and people have fixed it.
Right.
I mean, that's just a part of it. A business in general, sometimes you're going to have some mistakes, and you're going to have to fix them. I mean, Ethereum knows all about that, right?
Yes.
So, and they're doing great.
I think, if anybody bought some on secondary, like they're not getting reimbursed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that hardly ever happens. I don't think it's ever happened. It'd be too hard to tell because you could also just send it back and forth between wallets and just be, hey, just give me my money, baby.
Hey, this is my money.
So, yeah. What's going on, Rui? And then, for instance, Dodo got slammed, but they still dropping NFTs in game.
Right.
Yeah.
Dodo. Yeah.
Actually, I just left a bunch of Discords. Let me show my Discord real quick.
You clean them up?
Yes. I wanted to, because a lot of people were telling me, they're just like, your Discord's so messy. And I was, they're not wrong.
Like, they're not wrong, but it's my Discord, so leave me alone, Yeah,
you'll see, though. It looks beautiful. Check this out.
Oh, wow.
Check this out.
Holy crap.
So this is my memes folder. I only got Snack and Bank. Only 2 memes I'm really following. I left like 60 Discords because I no longer have Nitro. So I had to go under sub 100 Discords.
Yeah.
I put all my big projects into here. So that's my big projects folder. And then I have my support projects. And then I got like my life and my friends and shit.
Okay.
Yep. Super clean.
So that's good. Wow.
Yeah, right.
We're a new leaf.
You remember when I was scrolling for days?
Was like, I'm organizing this.
Yep. I spent like 3 hours organizing it.
Yeah, it's like me cleaning out my fucking garage, dude. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like some shit you don't want to do on a Sunday, but you have to fit it in. Like, that's where I'm at. And so, yeah, I cleaned out my garage this weekend. Terrible.
Yo, what's going on, Proxy?
Hey, it's Proxies.
Haven't seen you guys in a bit. What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Or woman. I don't know who's on that account. Sub 100 Discords, first world problems. I didn't want to spend the like $5 or $6 a month on Nitro anymore. I was just like,
Was it 5 or 6?
I think it was like $5 or $6 a month. Maybe even 10. Maybe even 10.
So I bought mine with boosts, I guess. So mine was like 16, 17 bucks a month.
Was it? I don't think mine was ever that much.
It's a whole ass Netflix subscription. Just for Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been kind of going through the list. I've been trying to, make some changes in my life. I'm trying to do a dopamine detox right now. I'm doing I'm still working out, even though today's leg day was a bad leg day. I just couldn't get in the mood. I was freezing in my basement, and I was just like, my back is so tense right now in the cold. I just feel like if I work it out, it's going to be detrimental. So I did like some lunges and some body workouts instead of heavy weights, just because I didn't want to hurt myself in the cold. And I didn't feel like I got the greatest workout. Kind of mad at myself for that. But yeah, dopamine detox. Like I said, trying to focus on when the bull market does come, because I've said this before too. when it comes, it only takes a few days or a few months or weeks to really pump. Like Cardano's pump was a 3-month pump. And
Yeah.
if you have days where it pumps 20 to 30% in a day, I mean, who's buying the day after that? I mean, a shit ton of people, I guess, because it keeps pumping. But
yeah, people think, oh, price goes up. We all have done that, dude. We have all done that. We have all, oh, you know, it's at $3. Okay, this is just the base level. It's just getting started. Let them cook. You know what I'm saying? We think it's going to go to 4 or 5 or like whatever. It doesn't. Like,
nope.
dude, everybody buys at that time because the hopium is this is going to continue this way. It's the hot hand fallacy, right?
Right.
And so we all do it. We've all been guilty of that, dude.
But where I was kind of going with it though is I talk myself out of buying so much quicker than I talk myself out of selling.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have a day where I wake up and Cardano's up 30% and I didn't buy the day before because I know I'm not buying that day, but I need to, right?
Yeah.
So I would have much rather bought before that time.
Right.
And then I also thought, let me look at some other coins that might do better than Cardano. Like I'm 95% invested, and that's not even a joke, into Cardano as far as my crypto portfolio.
Right.
Right. And that is not the greatest. You know, I'm a Cardano maxi, and I'm sure all the maxis are like, damn right. You know, like, but XLM, I think, is going to do pretty well. XRP, I think, is going to do well, as you know, as long as they pass that that little fact check basically in April, their appeal for not being labeled as security. And I think they will. I think XRP has a lot of room to grow. And I don't want to, again, miss that boat and then try to get in after the 50% gain. Because then if it doubles from there, that would have been a 4x, but now it's just a 2x. Then if it doubles from there, it's 8, and so forth.
The way I've always looked at it is like, okay, so Cardano's right here, and we're a huge cheerleader of Cardano, and it's great. But then these guys over here in another neighborhood are making moves too. You know what I'm saying? So you'd be foolish just to be like, here's my whole bag because I believe in this the most, and this is what I'm going to ride the entire time, when there's all these side moves that you can do that will get you so much more money, you know?
Yeah. And the 100Xs that I think really change people's life, it's probably not going to happen in Cardano, or it's not going to happen in the time frame you want to happen in Cardano. Right. I think a 20X and 25X are reasonable at some point in our lifetime, but these life-altering money with a small amount of money is not there in Cardano. It might be there in Cardano DeFi. It might be there in Cardano NFTs, but it's still in Solana and ETH.
Right.
So that's where I'm starting to look there a little bit too. So I've just been looking around, trying to set myself up.
Well, still, you know, my high number for ETH is probably 10K, right? If it can make 10K, that's good. But right now it's at like what?
I'll look.
22?
What I mean by in ETH isn't necessarily in just ETH. I mean the DeFi for ETH.
Right. I got you.
Okay. Just want to make that clear. So
like
it's at 2000, 2034.
Right. So you're talking about 5x, you know, which is great. Like 5x is great. But like in that time, Bitcoin's going to jump. XRP is going to freaking jump. Solana might even jump. You know what I mean?
It's been jumping, dude. Solana's up 94% in a month.
Right.
Cardano's up like 60% in a month. Still good.
It's crazy, right?
But the other reason why I was so into XLM just yesterday and the day before, I was watching video after video, like explaining it and why I would want it, because it's only up 4% on the month. XLM is lagging like crazy in comparison. And it didn't shoot up like we can go look at the chart. It didn't shoot up when XRP had that news that it wasn't labeled as security. It literally just didn't get a bump. Yeah. Because it makes sense that XRP isn't up 60% because it already pumped, you know, when they had that news. So like here's XRP, and they had, you know, this huge pump in that day. So of course it makes sense that in the last month they're not going to be up that much. And then we can look at XLM too, though. XLM USD, because XLM didn't have that same pump. I mean, they did, but not to the same extreme. Let's see if I can scale it out better. Like they're still relatively low. I'm sure if I did percentages, maybe it would be. From 0.07.5 to where it's at now is like what, 40% gain, 30% gain.
Yeah, and basically has so much room to grow based on all-time highs. Like, look at the all-time high comparatively speaking to where it's at now.
Yeah, and this is actually wrong. I think it was 95 cents. It's all-time high, not 80.
That's so crazy. What's it at now?
Almost 12 cents.
12 cents.
So that's what I was thinking about. I did hear something from CMAT yesterday, though, that did have me kind of like, oh shit, that's kind of crazy. And he believes, and I said this earlier in the stream, that the SEC or banks were only suing XRP to stall. So they didn't actually plan on winning the court cases. They just wanted to stall XRP so that they could create their own coins. And that way, when the financial system happens where you can use cryptocurrency to transfer money between currencies from different countries, then you can use the bank's coins instead of XRP. But I still think a short-term play would be to buy XRP and then wait for them to win their court case, because I still truly believe that it's almost guaranteed. That's just my opinion.
Dude, XRP has NFTs.
Do they now?
Yeah. If you go to xrp.cafe.
Yeah.
Dude, so funny.
This right here?
Yeah.
This looks a little bare bones-ish.
It is, yeah.
Zertmon, Strong Girls, Rude Pets.
Look at the rude pets, man. They're all right. They're a little
Hey, Berman. These are all pretty fairly priced. I don't know. I'm not going to try to get into any XRP.
No, we're not trying to get an XRP NFTs, all right?
Yeah, definitely not doing that.
But
something funny about an animal flipping you off.
Yeah.
Giving you the bird while he's a bird.
Oh, shit.
The layers.
That's like a huge alpha move right there. But yeah, I mean, dude, diversify like a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
You can't just be a maxi. I mean, because if we're being honest, let's talk about Charles this week, right? About him going off on like how Bitcoin is not a security, but we get labeled as a security, kind of.
Yeah,
and
dude.
So he's like, what's the point? Like, BlackRock owns Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Like, they own a shit ton of Bitcoin, right? Same with Grayscale and other things like that, right? So, you know, I don't know. He goes on these tirades and he's like right or whatever, but like it doesn't look great, I guess you would say.
What, to like throw a fit?
Yeah, just like throw a fit. Like,
I thought the same thing, but when I read what was said instead of listened to what was said, I was like, he's just spitting facts. He wasn't wrong in anything he said. Sure, it might seem like annoying or somebody's throwing a fit, but I mean, he's devoted his life to create something that he truly believes in, and he has people in immense like power positions kind of holding him down and holding the rest of the believers down. It's extremely frustrating. I don't blame him at all. I'm sure I don't want him to do it, but I don't hold any fault to it.
Well, then Vitalik came out like this last week and was like, hey, the UTXO model is probably the best model to go for. Oh, Jesus. So he was like tipping his cap to Charles, you know what I'm saying? And like kind of saying this is a superior way. We might have to look into doing it or whatever. But I don't know. And then Charles was like, hey, Denver Broncos. Well, Denver Broncos reached out to him. It's like, hey, I saw that you live in Colorado or whatever, and we're uniquely based here in Colorado because we're the Denver Broncos. Would you guys like to talk about some sort of sponsorship or something like that? Charles didn't even like respond to it, which pissed me off.
About that. Yeah.
That pissed me off real bad because it's like, I totally get people sit there and they say, well, when you involve sponsorships and other things like that, you're talking about people that will try to dictate what Cardano does, you know, as far as from a marketing standpoint. It might fuck with like the governance aspect of it or like whatever they want. But the problem is like at the same token, like you're not getting the same exposure that these other ones are. XRP gets huge exposure because they pay to be on like UFC and get sponsorships and do all this other stuff, right? So it has more uh talk. It has more talking points about it. Like we
Yeah,
got
people
Africa.
are able to be like, brought into the ecosystem a lot easier because it's within stuff that they like. If you're watching UFC and you see that this is supported by like, Charles Hoskins or Ada, and you're just like, what is that? Then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, that's how you find out. But I think, like you said, I don't think he wants it to become a centralized thing or like have these big influencers or whatever take a big chunk of it. But I think some of it has to kind of be, I don't know, I don't want to say compromised because I don't want that to happen either. So what is the best solution?
Well, they got to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, at this point too, it's been out for a while. So, I mean, if big money wants something enough, they could buy it anyways. You can't really stop that.
Well, 2017, like Bitcoin really hit its stride in the 11th year, right? Like everybody heard of Bitcoin because it was first, right? Which is a great mover's advantage, right? Be first, you know. And then, but like, it seemed like it would have been a legit sponsorship. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, like, okay, Polygon has Nike. You think Nike gives a shit about Polygon? Probably not.
They're
You
doing
think,
it just to brand.
yeah. You think Starbucks is trying to give a shit about Polygon? No. Okay. So this seemed like it came from somebody who was like the head of marketing of the Denver Broncos, right? Like that's not the NFL like trying to brand themselves onto Cardano, right? To expose more people to the Denver Broncos. Like that's more along the lines of like getting NFL people in this specific area, which you actually live in, where your home base is, right? You're trying to expose those people to a local business in crypto, basically, is how it could be marketed. And we said no to it. You know, he did the same thing with
Well,
the
he didn't say
NHL.
anything. He just ignored it. But it's essentially a no.
Yeah. He
Because
just
he's been
ignored it.
looking for people to partner up with too. One of the biggest things too is Argentina has a new president, and he was voted in. I'm sorry to, I just realized I just took a huge right turn, but he was voted in by like 67% of the votes voted for him. It was overwhelming, and he's super right winged, and he believes in basically tearing the government down from the bottom and starting over. And he wants to incorporate the U.S. dollar into their ecosystem and like do a lot of fixes. And right now, their inflation rate is something like 120%.
Right.
It's so bad. So people want to convert their currency to the US dollar, but to do that legally, it's a 30% fee. And on top of that, you can only convert 200 US dollars worth of it per month. And if you want to do it illegally, it costs you up to 80% in fees.
Right.
And the reason why they're able to do that is because the inflation rate's so high that you're still better off doing that.
Right.
So they're trying to fix that. He's a huge Trump supporter, so I wonder if that'll play in at all into the next election. Charles wanted to meet with him, I believe, and I think if he could meet with him, that would be pretty cool. Not sure what they could build, but these two have some pretty, like drastic changing like mindsets from most people. I think they could come up with something pretty cool.
Yeah, I think with the US banks are trying to come up with a digital currency, right? So they're obviously trying to throttle like the crypto market, right? Because they want their time to create these, digital wallets for people, which we already use a lot of digital stuff. You know what I mean? Like with the apps, Cash App, other things like that, right?
I
The
think they're running
banks are
out of
like, well,
time.
we need to do this, but I don't know. I want to believe that crypto people are smarter
It doesn't matter about that. They have all the power.
in
The crypto
developing.
people
No,
don't.
just in developing,
Oh,
you know, this stuff. I want to believe that crypto people are smarter.
Well, I mean, it's not the government officials who are going to do the developing anyways. They'll just print money and send it to the people who are developing already and just entice those people who are already building to build for them.
Yeah,
It's not like these people are intelligent. They just got the money to push it.
that's true.
It's frustrating. That's why Charles is over there freaking raging, you know? He's just like,
Yeah.
God dang it. Like, I've been putting in work, bro, and ain't nothing happening.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
get it. I get it. I don't know. I want some sponsorships. Yeah, Charles is playing 3D chess. He's thinking years down the line. I get it, but you got to make the small little moves in the in between.
We've heard it so many times too. I think people are really frustrated with the long term. Like, we've been holding for how long now? We got to keep holding. When's the long term over? When is the long term start? When is the short term? When does that come?
2018, man, you know? It's
But
just kind of like,
what I'm also frustrated about though is sure ETH could have DeFi first, and some of the DeFi from ETH could get listed on sexes, right? And that's amazing, you know, centralized exchanges. And that's going to be amazing for those DeFi plays, which brings in more speculation into the DeFi network for Ethereum because people are hoping that their DeFi play will get listed onto a CEX. But Cardano is not getting that. And then I get notifications on my phone like, oh, Bonk from Solana is going to get listed on like Kraken or something. And I'm just like, dude, what the hell?
Bonk was big. When I got that was like an extra $1,500 in my pocket.
I'm sure. But like, where is our support? Where is our CEX DeFi moment? Where we've been here, bro? Like, what makes us so much worse than everybody else? Why can't we get a little bit of something?
Because the problem is that if you're looking at it this way, Charles put the decentralization into the community's hands. Now it's the community's job to approach or find a way to approach Kraken and say, this is what we have. This is what we'd like to roll out. You can't have Kraken approach you. Like,
you don't think somebody like nobody's approached
no.
any of these
Why
people?
would they do that? Why would Kraken do that? Kraken is
No. I'm not saying Kraken will support us. Why wouldn't Kraken support us or reach out to us? I'm saying you don't think somebody on Cardano, Goofy Crisp or somebody, right, with their DeFi project hasn't reached out to a centralized exchange and asked to be supported?
Probably, but it's Goofy Crisp though.
Sure, but it's Bonk though.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: nobody knows what the lawyers, who does the marketing for Bonk. You know what I'm saying? How smart is that dude compared to Goofy Crisp?
You think it boils down to intelligence?
No, but I think Solana's transaction volume has a lot to do with it too.
It definitely does. Money speaks volumes.
You know what I'm saying? So coming from, the 9th rated DeFi in crypto, underneath all these other like layer 2s and other things like that, approaching somebody like Kraken, they'll be like, no.
It's
like, it
just
doesn't matter
frustrating,
how
man.
smart you are. It's just kind of like you don't have the transaction volume for it. And we're not going to sit here and like.
But that's what helps get the transaction volume too. It's like a double-edged sword. If we get those things on centralized exchanges, we'll start to get a shit ton of volume, which will then make people think, oh, okay, well, it's worth it because they have a shit ton of volume. But the shit ton of volume came from the support. It's rough, dude. It's so frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to, the transaction volume just has to go from here to here. You know what I mean?
Maybe Charles just waiting for the governance to be passed to the community before making those deals.
Hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
I drank all my water too. Now I'm just left with a protein shake.
nobody wants that.
Oh, I know, dude. This protein shake, I swear, it needs water with it, like as a chaser. Oh, it's rough going down. Yeah, I don't know. I hope so. I know that Charles is a smart guy, and I do believe in him. That's why we're all here. But I don't know if he truly believes in doing like these sponsorship deals to try to get us seen, because maybe of his fear that they're a poor actor, which isn't entirely wrong. We saw what happened with everybody who teamed up with FTX. So his cautious nature is paying off in some degree, but it's also not paying off in others. But I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, I'm in Cardano. Like I said, I got 95% in here. It's not that I'm negative on Cardano. I just wish a few things were a little different. What else was I looking at? We looked at XLM, XRP. Where's Cardano at today? 38. Been hovering here for a bit.
Went through DeFi.
Yep.
Oh man.
Cardano's still around 38, 39.
Buy it.
I've been debating, dude. But like I said, I gotta diverse into some other things because I've been buying Cardano.
If you wanted like a big play, I mean, Bitcoin's again, that's going to be your solid. It's just going to move, and it's going to move first, and people are going to get into it, and hopefully it hits 100K. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's nice seeing all these green candles at this resistance level. This is on a day chart too. It's like coiling up so nice. This is exactly what you want to see. It looks like at any moment it could just doop, 41K.
Yeah. But it's like, man, that's like, look, dude, it's gone up 100%
From a month ago.
From the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's like that. To think about it, even in this bear market, it's already gone up 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not calling it a bull by any means, but I'm just saying, like, come on, bro. Like,
it's kind of crazy. We never really
missed a double up right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, like, if you look at the overall market too, we kind of skipped a recession. Like, we had a very bad few years. We entered a bear market. We had bad markets, but we didn't hit recession levels. Or at least I don't think we did. It didn't feel like a true recession. It felt like everybody was selling, anticipating a recession.
I mean,
and then it just didn't happen.
But I think it's because, well, here's the thing though. You have to understand how lucky you are right now that you live with your parents.
True.
Could you imagine paying rent right now and groceries and trying to DCA in all at the same time?
There would be zero investing. There would, if anything, there would be selling investments and like just skirting by. It would be brutal.
So that's we didn't feel the recession because, with my house, I got in at 2.75% interest in my house, and so I'm paying like $800 a month, to live here, right? That's half of what people pay in rent to rent in this tiny town. And so, for me, I'm extremely lucky, and I haven't felt exactly what everybody else is feeling because of that.
Well, hopefully when people start buying houses, when rates are lower, you don't get a variable rate, you get a fixed rate.
Yeah.
And you try to get in as good as possible, because I think that's what helped our family too, is we got a decent fixed rate.
100%. Like when your parents moved to where they moved, that was like a strategic move, dude. Like that was like,
I'm not even sure the rate that they have now in this house. I haven't talked to them about it, but in the old house, we had a very good rate. It was like 2% or something.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Yeah. And so now it's just like, man, I couldn't imagine paying rent right now or live in an apartment or whatever.
It would just be ramen noodles. There'd be no heat on. I'd be walking around in Snuggies. Bro, it would be brutal.
Bro. I couldn't do it. I don't think. I don't know. So that's why I think, but Jesus. Like even at 38 cents, Cardano to me, like that's low.
It is. It definitely is. And especially if you think Cardano, like I believe Cardano minimum next bull run, probably $5. I mean, I'm throwing it out my ass. I'm throwing these numbers out there, but in a bull market, we didn't have as much going for us as we have going for us now. We didn't have all the DeFi built. We didn't have NFTs. We didn't have smart contracts. We didn't even have as many people probably in here because of those things that brought us in. So I think that we at least go $1.50 higher than our all-time high.
Yeah.
So, and then what is that from 38 cents? I mean, I can plot a calculator now, but let's see, 0.38 divided by $5. Whoops, other way around. $5 divided by 0.38. That's a 13x.
Yeah.
I mean, try that in traditional markets. good luck.
You can't.
In maybe 10, 15 years, you can.
Yeah.
But everybody's trying to get the bag now while we're still alive. Like, I've been thinking about this too. Like, what is the point of me having 500,000 or a million, throw out some arbitrary number, who knows what it's going to be, that I need to retire with by the end of my life? Like, just sitting in an account. I want it now while I can go travel the world. And while I travel the world, I don't need a walker, you know?
That's true.
Like, I don't want it then. I want it now.
That's true. I get you.
It makes no sense to save up so you can just sit on your pile of money while you rot away.
That's true. Like when I retire at like 67 or whatever age, I might not ever retire really. Just because I'd be super bored. Although I get tired at work, right? I'd be super bored, without it. And so, yeah, that's the real question is like, so I'm 67. I'm tired because I've been working since I was like 15.
You're 67?
No, when I am 67.
I was like, yo, wait, what? Okay.
No, I'm 39 right now.
Okay. Okay.
So, picture myself at 67. I've been working since I was 15. It's kind of like, yeah, I don't want to go to Spain. I don't want to go to fucking, all over the place. Like I want to crash at home, sit in my recliner, boy. Like, what's up?
Well, I've been thinking too, because I've been seeing a few of these like shorts of these older men going to gyms, and there was this dude who was like 78 years old and he still goes to the gym every day.
Yeah.
And like, sure, he's not pumping out their maxes, he's not lifting like hundreds of pounds and doing all that. He's just staying in shape. Yeah. Right. And I think, that is discipline on a whole nother level. I hope, and I try to aim to like create my discipline on that level, because I would love to be able to walk around in my 70s and my 80s without needing assistance. That is the goal.
Have a little strut.
Yeah. Yeah.
People no walking cane, no nothing.
All right. Like you see some people that are in the gym and they're struggling with their weight, and you're just like, yeah, man, like, sure, mentally he's probably embarrassed. He's probably like, shit, like, look at all these people who can do this and do that. But everyone, and this is anybody who's not working out, bro, everybody's rooting for you. I know, I don't know if you know this, but if you're in a gym and there's somebody struggling, because I was this dude and I thought that like everybody was probably just looking at me like, but they're not. They're just like, oh, I remember starting. Good luck, man.
Like, dude, what the hell is this guy doing? What the hell? But
it's probably the same when you're older. They're probably like, dude, look at that. Like, that's who I want to be. Somebody at 78 working out.
That was the funniest thing is like, I got into my fitness thing. All about that Freedom 35. Got a year and a half. What's Freedom 35?
Is that what Freedom 35 is about? Are they trying to be like financially free by 35? Is that what the whole message is about? Bro, if so, I just heavily relate, because that was always my goal, was to be, I set a random arbitrary number at 33. I wanted to be financially set. Yeah. I got 3 more years, but if Freedom 35 is a thing, hey, I could probably use the extra 2.
But so, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I was in the gym, right, on this kind of like, okay, I got, I'm gonna work out a little bit, nothing like, oh, I'm getting in shape or I'm trying to bodybuild or anything like that. It's just like, I gotta push weight, you know what I'm saying? And this dude who's like a bodybuilder, physique was just crazy. He was like, hey man, I noticed you've been coming in here 5 days a week, man. Keep it up.
Hell yeah.
And that to me was like the biggest confidence booster right there. It was another bro was like, yo, I've seen you in here working hard. Like, keep it up. He just came out of the blue too.
That's so cool, dude.
And that was, it was a good interaction. It did not keep me in the gym.
But if 2 more people would have said it.
But no, if I would have just had a little bit more willpower, I might have made it. I just, it is. It's hard. It's hard to not be tired.
Yeah. I'm just checking on oil real quick. I have an oil play, and it needs to go above $74.50 by January 19th. So I have like 2 more months, roughly. And it's starting to go up. I was down pretty bad just like a week ago. So, nice.
It's looking up.
Yeah, I thought as soon as the war started that oil would kind of shoot up like crazy, and I was just wrong. But
yeah, I don't know what happened.
it could still play out. They delayed the OPEC meeting, and people started speculating that was negative, so they sold off, or at least that was like what happened in the last week or two. And I guess now people are just buying the dip.
Also, are people not traveling as much anymore?
I would say probably not, but I had to drive my aunt back to my mom's best friend. We call her my aunt. Back to the airport on Monday with my brother. And that was insane. It's Atlanta Airport, so keep that in mind. It's one of the busiest airports, if not the busiest airport in the world.
It's the busiest airport in the world.
Yeah, it's insane. The ride there was fine. Getting out of Atlanta was a nightmare. We heard the news on the way back, and it was the busiest day traveling that year for this year.
Yeah.
So it's picking up, or at least it did for Thanksgiving.
So terrible.
Yeah.
So Trailer Park Boys.
Mm.
Okay. You ever watch Trailer Park Boys?
I have.
Okay.
I have. So they have a Freedom 35 plan to grow weed and be financially free by 35. The 35 is doing the same, but with NFT. Okay. I like that. I like that. The layers. I just learned.
Ricky, where the fuck is Julian? Like, you know, I liked it. The problem was, like, for me, I can only watch like maybe 3 episodes tops at a time before I start to feel like I'm losing brain cells. Like,
Yeah.
they like curse a lot, which is like fine or whatever, but it's like it starts affecting me, like saying the F word a lot and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't need that. I
Yeah.
got kids and stuff. So
It's just funny, like stupid humor.
yes.
Yeah. It was pretty good, funny, stupid humor, though. There's some stupid humor that's just like, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all right. That's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. Is there anything I'm missing? Anything you wanted to cover?
Not really. I mean, we covered Charles, the Cubs. Shout out to Com for like doing refunds and shit like that. That's probably the best thing. But now it's kind of like,
how does that affect the rest of what he's been doing on Solana?
It probably doesn't. They don't go hand in hand.
I guess not, but I don't know. Giving up so quickly on it is somewhat concerning. I hope his mental health is all right, because he definitely seemed very upset. So I hope he's doing all right in that regard. Like, I don't wish any negativity on anybody for any reason. So
right, for sure.
So I hope he's doing all right in that regard.
Yeah. See you, Hammock.
See you, Hamp.
So yeah. But I mean, I don't have too much. Just still, I'm coaching basketball. I'm coaching in January, so that's gonna be pretty fun.
Damn weed kitties.
Yeah.
Is that from the show too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cats getting in the weed.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't really have too much more. I mean,
yeah.
Again, just still DCing. That's all you got to do. Like, these are low prices. I can't. There's a difference between 25 and 38. 25 cents ADA, 38 cents ADA. Which is fine. But then in your case, like, fine. If it's a thing where it's like, oh, I want to get the most amount, somebody's at my door.
Do. Do you have the little Ring doorbell?
I do.
Do. You know that thing?
I do, yeah. And so, well, what we do is, like, we get Amazon packages, right? It's Christmas. We're in a suburban household, so we buy all our shit online. And so we leave like little gift baskets out for like the drivers.
Oh, okay.
Of
That's
like,
awesome.
so they can have soda, like snacks, like whatever. We got healthy granola bars out there. We got protein bars and like water, chips, whatever they want. Just like, take it. These hoes. I can't believe it. And so yeah, if it's about maximizing your coin, fine, go for XLM, right? It's at what? It's at like what, 12 cents right now?
Yeah, a little under. And I really think XRP is like my short to midterm play.
Then yeah, XRP.
Yeah, XLM I think is going to be a little bit longer term play. XRP I just think is going to rip short term. So as soon as April happens anyways. So
which is not very far away, dude.
No. the months really pick up on you, especially once I start taking all these shifts. Oh, dude, I lost 2 valet people because they went back to their country where they lived because they were foreign exchange students. So one will be back in February, and then the other one just won't be back at all. And then the other guy that got hired, he's like, oh, I don't actually want to do it. So now it's just me and one other guy again. So it's going to be brutal. And I think I'm starting to come down with something. I don't even want to say it, but it's been rough the last few weeks. My throat's been pretty sore. My mom's sick. My dad's sick. Ugh.
That's not good.
It's brutal, bro.
But any luck with the lady? The lady? Yeah, the girl that you got introduced to or whatever.
I got introduced to someone?
It's like a 19-year-old girl.
Oh, no. He wanted to introduce me, and I said, no, thank you.
Yeah, but did you introduce yourself later?
No. I don't even remember the name. I'm so forgetful, dude. If you tell me anybody's name or whatever, like, end this podcast, bro, man, if you don't get your end your podcast, sorry ass out my stream. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. Remember to get outside, see your family, see your friends. We're here to make more money so that we can spend more time with them. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Peace.